Assalamu alaikum viewer, I am Duabilish. This is Surah Yusuf English translation. I am hope you will like it and enjoy. 1 Alif Lam Ra, I am Allah, the all-seeing. These are the verses of the perfect book, containing luminous truths that tell the right from the wrong. 2 We have, indeed, revealed this Quran which explains its object eloquently well that you may abstain from evils. 3 We narrate, rightly, to you with the best explanation because we revealed to you this Quran, otherwise you were of those not possessed of the requisite knowledge before this. 4 Remember the time when Joseph said to his father, My dear father, I have seen, in a vision, 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them falling down prostrate before God, because of me. 5 He said, My dear son, relate not your vision to your brothers lest they should intrigue against you, for Satan is to a human being an enemy disuniting. 6 And thus shall it be as he has shown you in this vision. Your Lord will make you his chosen one and impart you knowledge of the true interpretation of divine sayings and will perfect his favors upon you and upon the family of Jacob, just as he perfected it formerly upon 2 of your forefathers, Abraham and Isaac. Verily, your Lord is all-knowing, all-wise. 7 The fact is that there are many signs in the account of Joseph and his brothers for the inquirers, about the prophethood of Muhammad and about his opponents. 8 Recall, when they, brothers of Joseph, said to one another, Surely, Joseph and his brother, Benjamin, are dearer to our father than we are, though we are a formidable party. Surely, our father is cherishing a love that has gone too far. 9 So you had better either kill Joseph or remove him to some distant land. In this way, your father's favor will be exclusively yours. After that you can repent and become a pious people. 10 At this, a speaker among them said, If you are bent upon doing something at all, do not kill Joseph but put him into the dark depths of the dry well, perhaps some caravan of travelers may pick him out. 11 On making this resolution, they went to their father and said, Our father, why do you not trust us with regard to Joseph, while, as a matter of fact, we are his sincere well-wishers? 12 Send him forth with us, for an outing, tomorrow, that he may enjoy himself and play. Surely, we will keep guard over him. 13 He said, It worries me that you should take him away. Moreover, I fear lest a wolf should devour him while you are heedless of him. 14 They said, If the wolf were to devour him in spite of the fact we are a formidable party, in that case we shall be indeed losers. 15 So when, after forcing their father, they took him away and agreed to put him into the depths of a dry well, and carried their plan out, we revealed to him, Joseph, you shall certainly tell them, one day, of this treacherous doing of theirs while they perceive not. 16 And they came weeping to their father at nightfall. 17 They said, Our father, we went forth racing one with another and left Joseph behind, with our belongings, and the wolf devoured him. But you would never believe us though we be the truthful ones. 18 And, to assure their father, they came to him with stains of false blood on his, Joseph's, shirt. He, Jacob, said, This is not true, but you yourselves have made a malicious thing seem fair to you. So, now showing patience is befitting for me. And it is Allah alone whose help can be sought to avert what you describe. 19 Now, there came a caravan of travelers and they sent their water drawer to fetch water, and he let down his bucket into the well. And behold, he cried, Oh, glad tidings, here is a young boy. So they, Joseph's brothers, presented him, in this way, as if a piece of merchandise, and Allah was well aware of their doings. 20 And they, the brothers of Joseph, sold him, claiming him to be their slave, to the travelers, for a trifling price, a few dirhams, silver coins, and they were not, even, desirous of it. 21 And Joseph was taken to Egypt and resold there. The man from Egypt who bought him, from the travelers, said to his wife, Make his stay honorable. He may prove useful to us or we may adopt him as a son. In this way did we grant Joseph an honorable position in the country, and we did it, that we might impart to him knowledge of the interpretation of some divine sayings. And Allah has full power over his decree, but most people do not know this. 22 And when he attained his age of full strength, we granted him judgment and knowledge, and thus do we reward the doers of good deeds to others. 23 Now the woman in whose house he was putting up sought to seduce him against his will, and she bolted the doors well and said, Now come, I am ready to receive you. He, Joseph, said, How can it be possible? I seek refuge with Allah, He alone is my Lord. He has made my stay with you honorable. Verily, the wrongdoers never flourish. 24 And she made up her mind with regard to him, and he made up his mind with regard to her, and would have fallen into her snares as the temptations were so strong, if he had not seen the manifest evidence of his Lord. It happened thus, so that we might turn away from him every evil and indecency. Surely, he was one of our purified servants. 25 And both of them ran for the door, one trying to outdo the other. And, in the struggle, she tore his shirt from behind. They encountered her husband, all of a sudden, by the door. She said, There can be no punishment less than imprisonment or some other painful torture for the man who intended evil with your wife. 26 He, Joseph, said, No, it is not so as she describes, but she it was who sought to seduce me against my will. Now a learned witness of her own family bore a circumstantial evidence, saying, If his shirt has been torn from the front, then she speaks the truth and he is of the liars. 27 But if his shirt has been torn from behind, then she is a liar and he speaks the truth. 28 So when he, her husband, saw his shirt torn from behind, he at once understood the truth of the matter and said to his wife, This is surely a deceiving device which you women practice. Your cunning device is indeed great. 29 Turning to Joseph, he said, Joseph, leave the matter alone, and you, woman, seek forgiveness for your sin. It is you, of course, who are of the sinful. 30 And the women talked in the city. The wife of the Aziz, Potiphar, the captain of King's guard, seeks to seduce her young slave against his will. His love has indeed penetrated deep in her heart. Indeed, we see her in obvious error, in going too far in her love. 31 And when she heard of their sly whisperings, and taunting remarks, she sent for them and prepared a repast for them. Then, on the women's arrival, she gave to each one of them a knife, to eat fruit therewith, and said to Joseph, Then, come forth in their presence. So when they saw him, they found him a dignified personality and cut their hands, through wonder, and said, Glory be to Allah! He is not a human being. He is but a noble angel. 32 She said, So, you have seen, this is he about whom you blamed me. I did seek to seduce him against his will, but he preserved himself from sin. Yet, I tell him aloud, if he do not what I bid him, he shall certainly be imprisoned, and he shall indeed be of the humiliated ones. 33 Hearing this, he, Joseph, said, My lord, the prison is more to my liking than that to which they call me to, and unless you turn away their guile from me, I might yield to their allurement and be of those devoid of knowledge. 34 So his lord accepted his prayer and turned away their women's guile from him. Verily, he is all-hearing, all-knowing. 35 Then it occurred to them, the companions of the Aziz, after they had examined all the circumstances and signs of Joseph's innocence, that they had better imprison him for a time. So Joseph was consigned to the prison. 36 And with him there entered the prison 2 young men, the butler and the baker of the king. One of them said to him, I see myself, in a dream, pressing grapes, and the other said, I see myself carrying upon my head bread of which the birds are eating. Inform us of the interpretation of these dreams, for we surely find you of the doers of good to others. 37 He said, Do not worry, I shall inform you of the interpretation of these dreams, before the meal you two are given comes to you. This, my ability to interpret, you should bear in mind, is a part of that knowledge which my Lord has imparted to me. I have indeed renounced the creed of the people who do not believe in Allah and who, moreover, are disbelievers in the hereafter. 38 And I have followed the creed of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not proper for us to associate anything as a partner with Allah. That, He taught us unity of God, is entirely due to Allah's grace upon us and upon other people. But most people do not render thanks for this blessing. 39 My two fellow prisoners. What is better? Diverse and numerous gods or Allah, the One, the Most Supreme? 40 You worship nothing, apart from Him but some mere, imaginary, names coined by you and by your fathers. Allah has sent down no authority for worshipping that. The judgment rests with Allah alone. He has commanded that you shall worship none but Him alone. That is the right, and lasting, faith, yet most people know it not. 41 My two fellow prisoners. As for one of you, he will pour out wine for his Lord to drink, and as for the other, he shall be crucified so that the birds will eat flesh from off his head. The matter about which you inquired stands decreed. 42. And of the two, he knew to be the one who would be released. He said, mention me to your Lord, but Satan made him, the released person, forget to mention Joseph to his Lord, so that he, Joseph, remained confined in the prison for a few years. 43 Now, it so happened that one day, the king said, I saw, in a dream, 7 fat kine which 7 lean ones were eating, and 7 green ears of corn and, as many, others withered. You nobles of the court! Explain to me the real significance of my dream if you can interpret dreams. 44 They said, these are confused dreams, and we do not know the interpretation of such confused dreams. 45. And of the two prisoners, the one who had got his release and who, now, recalled Joseph to his mind after a long time, said, I will inform you of its true interpretation, therefore send me, for the purpose, to Joseph in prison. 46. So he went to Joseph in the prison and exclaimed, Joseph, you, the man of truth, explain to us the real significance of a dream in which 7 fat kine which 7 lean ones devour, and of 7 green ears of corn and as many others withered, so that I may return to the people and they may know the interpretation and thereby your exalted position. 47. He, Joseph, replied, you shall sow for 7 years, working hard and continuously, and let what you have harvested remain in its ear, excepting a little whereof you may eat. 48 Then there shall follow 7 years of famine, of great severity, and these years shall consume all the stores you have laid by in advance for them, except a little which you may have preserved. 49 Then, thereafter shall come a year of rains, in which people shall be relieved, and in which season they will press fruit and seeds. 50. And the king, after hearing the interpretation by Joseph, said, bring him to me. But when the messengers came to him, he said, go back to your Lord and ask him, on my behalf, how does the matter, deserving of your attention, stands with regard to the women who cut their hands, for my Lord has full knowledge of their crafty designs. 51. The king then sent for the ladies, and to them, he said, what was that important matter, in reality, that you had in view when you sought to seduce Joseph against his will? They said, he kept away from committing sin, for the sake of Allah. We did not perceive the least evil intention on his part. The wife of the Aziz said, now the truth has come to light, at last. It was I who sought to seduce him against his will, and most surely he is of the truthful. 52. When the news was brought to Joseph, he said, this course of action I adopted, so that he, the Aziz, might know that I had not betrayed him in his absence, and that Allah suffers not the device of the unfaithful to succeed. 53. Yet I do not hold myself to be free from weakness, for human nature is surely prone to enjoin evil, except on whom my Lord has mercy. My Lord is of course protector against sins, ever merciful. 54. And the king said, bring him to me. I will make him my special attaché. And when he, Joseph, came and spoke to him, he, the king, said, from this day you hold a notable position of honor and trust with us. 55. Joseph said, appoint me over the treasures, granaries and stores of the land, for I am a careful keeper and possessed of knowledge of the job. Thank you for watching Al Namal Tip channel.